Hey everyone, it's BigSmoons with a Platinum Review, where I talk about the games that I have the Platinum Trophy or 100% on and what it took to get there. I also review the games based on the amount of fun I had. New York City, 1986. A secret world exists, unbeknownst to the mundane humans in the city. I was going to review the Telltale games in order of release, but with the recent trailer for The Wolf Among Us 2, it felt appropriate to tackle this one now. I will preface this video by saying that this game is mature rated. I have carefully crafted the video to not show the vulgar language, nudity, and brutal violence. I'd also like to ask everyone to subscribe and like the video if you like it. Let's get started. The Wolf Among Us was developed by Telltale Games and releases episodes from 2013 to 2014. I played these back at launch and got them as the episodes released. I knew after completing episode 1 that I was going to play the entire series and purchase the pass that day. I had completed the Telltale Walking Dead game prior and loved that method of storytelling. The Wolf Among Us is based on a comic book series titled Fables, and this game, like the comic book series, focuses heavily on our main character, Big B Wolf, who you may recognize as the Big Bad Wolf. Big B is the sheriff tasked with dealing with crime in Fabletown, which is located in New York City. A lot of the fables you know and love will be located here, using spells called glamour to keep the mortals of the world unaware to their existence. I had never heard of the comic book series prior to playing the game, but man do I love the premise. Anyway, in the opening episode of this game, Bigby is tasked to solve a murder of a fable. Even in this first episode, you'll run into a number of fables: Toad, the Woodsman, Beauty, Beast, and Snow White, to name a few.
My hands are tied. Right.
The 5-episode story will span across various locations around Fabletown. Bigby is trying to track down what has now become a serial killer. His journey leads him to discover corruption, backstabbing, and the mistreatment of fables since coming to the human world. The people you would think would be good guys sometimes aren't, and sometimes it's better to empathize with the villains in order to gain information.
Everyone knows you. Big Bad Wolf. Well, I'm the bad guy and you're a sheriff.
You will encounter a range of fables here. My personal favorite character design is that of Georgie Porgy. The rhyme goes, Georgie Porgy pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. In this game, Georgie is the seedy owner of a nightclub named the Pudding and Pie. He has a tattoo across his chest that says, "Kiss the girls." This is a fantastic way to interpret that short rhyme. The gameplay here is in the same vein as every other Telltale game. You're given the illusion of choice as you walk around various locations. And I say illusion because even though some of your choices feel like they will have huge consequences, the story will play out almost identically regardless. Some dialogue will change and some characters will treat you differently. I remember when I first played this game, I let my cousin borrow it after, and we talked about the different choices we made. And that's when I discovered that the choices here were just to fine-tune the already crafted story for your personality. With that being said, I recommend going into this game cold. There are a lot of choices, with some even boiling down to whether or not you'll have money at times when you need it.
It's all I got. It'll help, right? Take it.
If you are looking for a true choose-your-own-adventure style game, you're better off looking outside the Telltale games, and my personal recommendation is the games made by Quantic Dream, such as Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human. This is not a knock on Telltale, but the reminders that characters will remember your kindness or rudeness rings hollow when the narrative plays out the same way regardless. Besides making choices, the game has action segments, most of which are short QuickTime events or interacting with something in the environment. These sections help to break up the walking around and talking portions. The art design here is cel-shaded, which gives the entire game a comic book feel. I enjoy cel-shaded games, and this game is no different. This does lend itself to some janky segments where the light flickers across the characters' outlines in unsettling ways. However, this is not the norm, and the game handled fantastically for me during my time with it. The art design helps with what would otherwise be very graphic displays of death and violence. I give Wolf Among Us an 8 out of 10 for fun. It ranks highly among the other Telltale games, and might be my favorite of the whole lot. The game has a tightly knitted narrative, and some of the best characters from all the other games. I love old fables and fairy tales, as well as crime dramas, and this game delivers strongly on both fronts. Choosing how you want your Bigby to react to people begins to build his character. Maybe he isn't as big and bad as all the old stories would claim, but that's really up to you, as the big and bad choices typically reward the player faster than the detective work. They are also more of the fun, but brutal ways to handle some of the characters. I am very excited for the sequel to this game, as I love following Bigby doing his detective work. The sequel appears to be introducing Wizard of Oz characters, and I'm interested to see those worlds collide. If you want to play the first game, it's available on PlayStation Now, but I believe it's the PlayStation 3 version. It's the same game, but it is stream only. However, there is a huge sale on the first game until February 27th, and you can pick up all 5 episodes as a package for only $4. Let's talk trophies. There are 36 trophies to pick up here. Telltale games are known for their easy platinum trophy lists, and this game is no different. Simply complete all 30 chapters across the 5 episodes to net 30 of the trophies. The remaining 5 before the platinum require you to learn about all the fables in the game. Most of these will unlock automatically, however, you will have to use the rewind function to obtain the ones that require you to make different choices. Simply choose the chapter where that choice needs to be made, save in an empty file so you don't delete your progress, and do the opposite of what you did before. I fell in love with the story, characters, and overall premise of the game. If you feel the same way, you may find yourself doing a second full playthrough just to see how the opposite behaviors pan out. If you do this, you are almost guaranteed the platinum. For that reason, I recommend you get that platinum.
Some respect for our history and rule.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This marks the 23rd video for the channel, and as such is my Jordan video. I'm having a great time replaying through games to capture footage to make these videos. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to capture the video from PlayStation 3 games that I played on PlayStation Now, but I recently got a PC that I think can assist me with that video capture. Have a great day, and be good to yourselves.